Good evening and welcome to Just Events Online Weekend News at 9. I am Rashidat Morayo. The news headlines. SERAP gives Tinubu 7 days ultimatum to stop politician pay rise. Federal government unveils intervention for creative economy and tourism. Educated youth in Kwara politics donate exercise books to schools in ASUU and Ilorin. Federal government to ASUU, no going back on suspension of new varsities. Former Kwara COED Action Provost Dr. Ahmed Ayinla Jimoh marks 65th birthday, advocates selfless leadership. Lawmakers seeks electoral reforms ahead of 2027 polls. Kwara Lawmaker Honorable Razaq Owolabi holds security meeting with Ibile, Igbomina, local hunters, comments Gov Abdulrazaq. Group front against more attacks in Kwara State. Now the news in details. The Socio-Economic Rights and Accountability Project has called on President Bola Tinubu to immediately suspend a proposed salary increase for political office holders, including the President, Vice President, governors, their deputies, and lawmakers. The organization, in a letter dated August 23, 2025, signed by SERAP Deputy Rector Owolabi, labeled the proposal as flatter, unlawful, and unconstitutional. It urged Tinubu to direct the revenue mobilization allocation and fiscal commission to aid the pay rise, which ought to violate Nigeria's constitution and international human rights obligations. The federal government has unveiled strategic intervention to boost Nigeria's creative economy and tourism sectors. The permanent secretary in the Ministry of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Dr. Ahmed, disclosed this during the 2025 Ministry and Sectoral Retreat held in Abuja yesterday. In his welcome address, he identified limited funding assets, poor infrastructure, pricing issues, security concern, and inadequate data on job creation, estimates as major challenges hindering the full acceleration of the sector's capacities. Dr. Mohammed said the retreat was a unique opportunity to reflect and set a strategic tone to reshape various sectors of the ministry. The importance of grassroots education once again took center stage as educated youth in Kwara politics donated free exercise book to ASUU local government primary school, Ote, and Baba Secondary School in Ilorin in the first phase of its educational support initiative. Just Events Online TV report, the intervention was made possible through generous banking of Professor Abubakar Suleiman, Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Study, and spearheaded by the educated youth in Kwara politics under the leadership of its convener, Engineer Dr. Balogun Abbas. According to the organizers, the initiative is aimed at reducing the burden on parents, motivating learners, and empowering teachers with basic resources to drive academic success. Stakeholders at the event noted that providing exercise books goes beyond the distribution of materials, describing it as an investment in the future of children and commitment to ensuring no student is left behind in the pursuit of knowledge.
Thank you so much, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, DG NITS. Thank you very much for the donation of the great book. We really thank you for what you've done. Thank you so much, sir. God will continue.
The program, which is expected to continue in phases, will extend to more schools in Kwara State, thereby deepening community-driven economical support and inspiring the next generation. The federal government has insisted that there will be no reversal on the ban placed on the establishment of new universities. This follows concern raised by the Academic Staff Union of Universities, which had questioned the retirement behind the approval of the 9 new universities by the Federal Executive Council, despite the government's announcement of a 7-year memorandum and the creation of new tertiary institutions. Speaking in an interview, the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Arausa, explained that the approval of the 9 private universities did not contradict the memorandum. He clarified that the applications for the institutions has been pending for over 5 years and had undergone multiple accreditation processes. Former acting provost of Kwara State College of Education, Ilorin, Alhaji Dr. Ahmed Ayinla Jimoh, has called on Nigerian politicians to embrace leadership as a service of humanity rather than an avenue for personal enrichment. Speaking with newsmen during a special prayer held on Saturday, organized to mark his 65th birthday and post-retirement milestone at his Odota residence in Ilorin on Sunday, Dr. Jimoh emphasized the need for empathy, humanity, and genuine service in governance.
I don't think I will do a politician because I don't see politics as a job. It's a short method, short way of making money. And many of them that involved in politics, they cannot do any more job because you see who knows all of them that are in politics now. 10 years ago, even the person who is our governor today, yeah, you see 10 years ago, then many of them they look at politics as an avenue of making money. So it's a call to serve. But after the service, they're supposed to go back to their normal business. Then they will not want to go.
He also commended the private owner of Vermont Star Football Club for excelling in business, urging politicians to replicate such dedication in public service. The event, which attracted families, friends, community leaders, and Islamic scholars, featured a sermon by Sheikh Dr. Abdulrahim, who highlighted the importance of gratitude to Allah and described Dr. Jimoh's life as an inspiring lesson for younger generation. Just Event Online TV reports, the celebrant's wife, Alhaji Ayinla Ahmed, showered praises on her husband, describing him as a loving and caring man who has always responded to her needs. I pray that we both live together in good health with our children, she added. In his tribute, the elder son, Engineer Kazim Ahmed Ayinla Jato, described his father as a caring father, community development advocate, academic par excellence, and entrepreneur who has built a good name and lasting legacy. Other guests, including Engineer Ashaju, described Dr. Jimoh as a man of empathy, humanity, and simplicity, while a close friend remarked that living to 65 in today's stricken lifespan calls for gratitude to the Creator. This celebration also included prayers for long life, sound health, and more fruitful years for the former Provost.
That's why he's very humble and respectful to the community. Yes.
Ahead of the 2027 general election, some lawmakers in the House of Representatives has called for electoral reforms to ensure a transparent and credible exercise. The House of Committee on Constitutional Review is currently considering some bills seeking a review for some provision of the Electoral Act 2022. Member representing Shara Okeode constituency in the Kwara State House of Assembly, Honorable Razaq Owolabi, on Saturday convened a crucial security meeting with the leadership of Ibile Igbomina and others, the head of local hunters from various villages and towns in his constituency. The meeting was held at the Ibile Igbomina House, Ifelodun local government area. Just Event Online reports, speaking at the gathering, Honorable Owolabi urged stakeholders in Ifelodun to set aside political differences and prioritize the security of lives and properties. I want to implore stakeholders in Ifelodun local government to shun political differences and place the security of lives and properties of our people above all else. The criminals attacking our people do not belong to any political party, he said. He further commended Gov AbdulRazaq for his tireless effort in restoring peace and harmony in Ifelodun, describing him as deserving of the people's prayers and commendations. Honorable Owolabi also praised the local hunters for their commitment to fighting crime in Share and Oke constituency, charging them to work in synergy with other local security outfits as well as the convictional security agencies. On his part, the president of Ibile Igbomina, Chief Jimoh, appreciated the Lawmaker for organizing the meeting, noting that it was timely and would greatly aid ongoing efforts to safeguard the area. He further called for stronger collaboration among local security stakeholders. In their respective response, the heads of local hunters commended Honorable Owolabi for his intervention and pledged to sustain their efforts in protecting the communities. They, however, appealed to government for the provision of more weapons and logistic support to effectively combat criminal elements. The Southwest Security Stakeholders Group has warned that the region could face more bandit attacks following the recent killing in Babala Ifelodun local government of Kwara State, which left security personnel dead and forced thousands of residents to flee. In a statement by its publicity secretary, Adewale Ireti, the group commended the violence as strategy and a major threat to peace and stability in the country. It sought urgent intervention from government and security agencies to prevent further bloodshed and foster the spread of insecurity to other parts of the region. And that is all on Just Events Online Weekend News at 9. Here is the recap of the news headlines. SERAP gives Tinubu 7 days ultimatum to stop politicians' pay rise. Federal government unveils intervention for creative economy and tourism. Educated youth in Kwara politics donate exercise books to schools in Asa and Ilorin. Federal government to ASUU no going back on suspension of new varsities. Former Kwara COED acting Provost Dr. Ahmed Ayinla Jimoh marks 65th birthday advocates selfless leadership. Lawmakers 6 electoral reforms ahead of 2027 polls. Kwara Lawmaker Honorable Razaq Owolabi holds security meeting with Honor Ibile Igbomina and local hunters, comments Gov AbdulRazaq. Group warns against more attacks in Kwara State. Remember, a stitch in time saves 9. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com. And to read more updates, follow us on our social media platform with a tab at Just Event Online. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I am Rashidat Muraino. Good night.